You walk into a room feeling fine. 10 minutes later, you feel irritable, and you do not know why. You blame the traffic, or the coffee, or maybe just a bad mood arriving on its own. But something else happened in that room. The myth is this: your emotions are your own. They begin inside you, they belong to you, and other people cannot simply transfer their feelings into your mind. Most people believe they are emotionally self-contained. This belief is rooted in a very old idea about the self. Western culture has long taught that rational individuals control their inner states. You are the captain of your emotions. That is the story. You hear it in phrases you have known since childhood. Pull yourself together. Control your emotions. Do not let others affect you. These sayings did not come from nowhere. They were taught as virtues. The research tells a very different story. The phenomenon is called emotional contagion. It was formally identified and named by psychologist Elaine Hatfield in 1993. It describes the process by which emotions spread between people, automatically and without conscious awareness. The mechanism behind emotional contagion begins in the body, not the mind. When you observe another person's expression, your facial muscles unconsciously begin to mirror it. This is called facial feedback. The mimicry happens in milliseconds, far below the level of conscious thought. The biological basis for this comes partly from mirror neurons. These are brain cells that fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing it. They were first identified in macaque monkeys in the 1990s. In humans, they appear to play a key role in empathy and emotion recognition. The scale of this effect is measurable. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that subjects could accurately catch and mimic the emotional states of strangers within 30 seconds of interaction. A separate study showed that sitting near a sad person increased participants' own reported sadness by 34%. The transfer happened without any conversation. The effect does not stop at one-to-one interaction. Research by Nicholas Christakis and James Fowler showed that emotional states can spread through social networks up to 3 degrees of separation. That means a stranger you have never met can influence your mood through a chain of other people. Your emotional state is partly a product of your social environment. So, why did you believe emotions were self-contained? The answer lies in a well-documented cognitive bias called the Introspection Illusion. This is the tendency to believe that you have accurate, direct access to the causes of your own feelings. You believe you know why you feel what you feel. When you feel irritable without knowing why, your brain does not accept that gap. It immediately constructs a reason. This is called Post-Hoc attribution, the mind inventing causes after the fact. The invented cause feels exactly as real as a true one. You had no reason to look for an external emotional source. This is not a personal failure. The introspection illusion affects everyone. Research by Timothy Wilson at the University of Virginia showed that people are often the last to accurately identify the true causes of their emotional states. The brain prioritizes a coherent story over an accurate one. Meet Layla. It is Tuesday morning. She arrives at the office in a good mood. She spent the weekend resting. She feels clear-headed and ready. She sits down across from her colleague Marcus, who has said almost nothing. 20 minutes pass. Layla has not spoken with Marcus. No conflict, no bad news, but something has shifted. Her shoulders have dropped. She finds herself staring at her screen without reading. She snaps at a question from another colleague. She wonders what is wrong with her today. Layla did not catch a virus. She caught a mood. Marcus had received difficult news before arriving at work. His emotional state radiated outward without a single word being exchanged. Layla's brain mirrored it automatically. She blamed herself. The real cause was sitting 3 feet away. Here is what is actually true. Your emotions are not entirely your own. They are co-created by the social environments you move through. This does not make you weak. It makes you a social animal, which is exactly what the evidence says you are. Knowing this gives you a genuine tool. You can now notice when your mood has shifted without an internal cause. You can ask, who was I just around? You can choose your social environments with greater intention. Awareness of emotional contagion is the first step toward not being unconsciously driven by it. Emotional contagion is not something you can switch off, but it is something you can now see. Every myth we examine on this channel leaves you with clearer sight. Next time, the sunk cost fallacy. Why your brain refuses to quit, even when quitting is the rational choice. Subscribe and keep decoding. You have always been more connected to the people around you than you knew. Now you know.